Sometimes it's not one big aha moment. That finish line that leads to a road with less suffering and confusion. Sometimes it's just you realizing that things finally make sense, and they've been making sense for a while. This is something that I felt when I was listening to a song on one of my daily walks the other day. And isn't that crazy that music can do that for you? Because this song that I'm talking about, specifically, it's called Sagittarius by the Moonlight by the Olympians. This song has no lyrics. It's literally just instruments. When I was listening to it, it elicited so many complex emotions tied to my human experience. I let myself really get carried through what I was feeling when I was connecting to this song. When it finally was wrapping up and finishing, I realized what this song made me feel, and I had to quickly take my phone out and type it in my notes. And that is literally what I just read to you guys. This song makes me feel like you're at that point in your life where you've been good, and you've been good for a while, but you didn't really realize it until that moment. And it made me think about how, as someone who's gone through life, many years of my life, feeling so lost, confused, and alone in my specific experience, you're always looking for that one big aha moment, that one big breakthrough. Like if you just do certain things good enough, or you make all the right decisions, things will finally make sense and you won't be as confused, or your life won't be filled with as much struggles or suffering and all that kind of stuff. But something that I've been realizing again and again, not through these big moments, but in the quiet ones, is that most of the time, we don't get that one big aha moment. We don't get that one big breakthrough where things are finally easier and they make sense. That's not really how life is. Life is supposed to be a cycle filled with different seasons. And part of the human experience is being able to just surrender to it, feel it, experience it, and continually balance out no matter what cycle you're in. The longer that we try to tie ourselves to this concept of, okay, I'm just going to keep going and then I'm going to reach my point where things have a big breakthrough and I'm going to make it one day. That's not really how it goes. And for those of you who have trauma and are doing your best in healing yourself, healing your trauma, which is essentially just trying to find who you are outside of your trauma, you will understand that concept of it never ends. And I think when you're on that journey, at some point you feel discouraged by it. Like, oh my God, it never ends. It literally never ends. But there's also, I'm sure, a lot of us that have reached that point where once you've hit a very deep rock bottom, you realize, damn, it really does never end. But that's not necessarily a bad thing. Just because it never ends doesn't mean it won't get better. And just because it gets better doesn't mean things won't feel bad again. But that's just how life goes. It ebbs and flows. There's good seasons, there's bad seasons, there's seasons of mourning and grief and deep shadow work. And then there's seasons of just learning, of experiencing life and being so curious and expanding on yourself. The key is to just move with all of it, right? And especially if you're neurodivergent, you're living in a world that's not made for you. You're living in a world that doesn't make sense for you. It's so important for us to radically accept that it will never end. And that's not a bad thing. It's not easy, but it's not a bad thing. We have the capacity for suffering, but we also have the capacity to experience very beautiful, amazing, positive, expanding emotions and experiences as well. We are allowed to have space for all of that. The best that we can do for ourselves is just do what we need to do on a day-to-day basis to honor ourselves and our neurodivergence the best that we can. Every day is going to look different. Some days the best we could do is to allow ourselves to just sit with our emotions, and instead of letting yourself rot, you stim instead to regulate yourself. And even though you're not productively doing anything, you're at least regulating yourself through unpleasant emotions. Some days the best can look like starting a creative project and finishing it, and you're so proud of yourself, and that hyper focus was so stimulating and you were just lost in your world for hours on end. Some days your best can look like being able to go out and do a bunch of errands that you didn't think you would be able to do, but you got it done and you didn't feel that bad afterwards. Some days the best that you can do is to just eat something, get something in your stomach, because that's the only thing you can muster up. But regardless, the key is to learn about yourself and your neurodivergence, learn the different options you have to honoring that neurodivergence, and integrate that knowledge to yourself and your life the best that you can today. Don't think about what led you up to now. Don't think about all the times you've failed. Don't think about all the times you're going to fail. Think about right now and what you can do right now, what's manageable for you right now. Don't judge yourself more or less for what your capacity is and just do it. Stop chasing that one big aha moment. Stop chasing that big breakthrough moment. There is no finish line. Sometimes the biggest breakthrough we can have is just realizing through pure presence in yourself and your body that, damn, I'm good. And I've been good. I've been good for a while now. And I didn't realize it until this moment of check-in with myself, because I'm finally able to be that present in myself and my body rather than disconnecting all the time and numbing myself. I'm actually present with myself enough to realize I'm good. And I'm fucking thankful for that. With that being said, I'd be curious to hear from you guys. Go on a walk, listen to this song, or just do something with your body. I don't know what you guys are into. Dancing, moving, wiggling your body, jumping, laying out in the sun, touching the grass, tending to your plants, whatever it is. Move your body, listen to this song, come back to this video, and tell me what this song made you feel. I'd be curious to see how many of you had similar feelings or how many of you had different feelings from this song. I think this would be a really good creative sort of exercise for us to just tune in with ourselves for a second and have a safe space to express what it is we felt when we tuned in with ourselves. Make sure you guys drink some water, a lot of water, one big gulp of water, eat some food that makes your mouth dance, salivate with happiness, move your body, take yourself on a walk, stay regulated, and I will see you guys on the next one. Take care.